Tonight, the Prime Minister says he's in no rush to end the ban on the sale of alcohol. The CCC is tight-lipped on the number of layoffs and which departments will be most affected. And Transport Minister Guy Joseph tries to clear a path for southern bus operators to resume service after they opted not to. The details are coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovelace and Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Thursday, the 30th of April, 2020. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News on Flow, Channel 117, Kiss FM, and our Caribbean Hot FM mobile app. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. Prime Minister Allen Chastanet has expressed that he is in no hurry to announce the resumption of alcohol sales. The Prime Minister says, having noted a significant decrease in various areas of crime directly corresponding to the time frame of halted access to alcohol, his administration is currently weighing the pros and cons of continuing the ban on alcohol.
So until the restaurants and the bars are ready to be opened, we intend to keep this ban on.
According to Prime Minister Allen Chastanet, this is the current verdict on the debate over whether the government should end the ban on the sale of alcohol. Chastanet says there were many factors to consider, including the tendency of alcohol to lend itself to domestic violence.
So the ban on alcohol is a couple of things. One, as I've indicated, the police officers are extremely stretched. And one thing that we have seen since the curtailment of alcohol sales has been a significant drop in crime, and particularly in domestic crime and people fighting. So it's very heartbreaking for all of us in St. Lucia when we've seen over the years friends and family members resorting to a fight, and generally speaking, some kind of substance is involved.
He says this restriction is in no way meant to punish the people of St. Lucia, but rather a move made in the best interest of the health of the population. He says a healthy nation stands a better chance of successfully rebounding from the pandemic.
For a person's own health reasons, you have to build up your immune system, and alcohol is proven to actually do the opposite. So it is really out of caring and compassion that we've done this. This is not to punish anybody. This is really to give solutions the best chance to beat COVID.
The Prime Minister says with the continuation of effective measures to contain the community spread of COVID-19, it means that the opening of bars may come sooner than later, and persons must understand that there is currently no set time frame on this decision. Jacka Wooding, Hot 7 News.
Following claims by the National Workers' Union that the CCC reneged on an agreement to hold a tripartite meeting, the Council has issued a response. However, when pressed on the issue of how many are getting laid off and which departments are heavily affected, Senior Communications Manager at the Mayor's Office, Jason Hollenseed, was tight-lipped and said a cross-section of workers would be impacted.
The Castries Constituency Council is set to begin temporary layoffs for a 3-month period effective Friday, May 1st. Press and Media Communications Officer at the Office of the Mayor, Jason Hollenseed, said he could not speak to the numbers of persons being laid off, even with the time being so near. He did, however, disclose that the institution is hoping to retain all workers when the economic situation gets better.
I cannot speak to the specifics in terms of numbers, but we are putting things in place at this moment.
He has indicated that a wide cross-section of workers will be affected by the layoffs.
Members from all departments will be affected. All across all staff levels will be affected, from admin to sanitation to works department.
The communications manager says from the onset, all stakeholders were informed of what decisions had to be made.
When the situation came about, and we were strategizing and having meetings, what I could say is that the unions were notified. They were informed of council's decision to do some layoffs. But this does not at all bar us from continuing talks. I think management and council, they're very well open, but we cannot neglect the reality of the situation.
Hollandsy did, however, indicate that the decision taken does not mean discussions with the unions are over, but at this moment, he says the decision is the most logical one. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
Members of the public are airing their views on the prolonged ban on alcohol sales as we observe that a month has passed since this restriction. The Prime Minister has indicated that there is no rush to put an end to the ban.
As Prime Minister Alan Chastanet has continued to hold his position on the halt of the distribution of alcohol, we took to the streets of Castries to find out what members of the public have to say about the prolonged lack of alcohol access.
I think the minister is supposed to keep the ban on the alcohol still.
It until the health people give him the okay to drop the alcohol. I will first stay out of but I can stay without it. So what's the hurry and the rush for it? That's not a plate of food, or shut around. You should hold it there like that still.
Alcohol là. So it's a still just still vend alcohol là toujours. Pour ces gens faire la yo. You pass obviously, but you have vend.
He's supposed to hold it because that alcohol, it puts in destruction in the country.
I believe that the ban should be there forever because I don't support alcohol. But based on what's happening right now, I perceive in my mind's eye that it should continue for next 2-3 months, man. Because drinking alcohol will cause people to come together to celebrate, and that is actually not good for the country at this point in time.
It is time for the Prime Minister to drop the alcohol. It is time.
That alcohol, it's a little problem because everybody wouldn't to drink something. But I don't know how long it might take. Well, his law, what you can do. But I know the people there waiting for a little drink, or so long they have a little drink. And they're getting a little nicer, because of the alcohol they're getting, the body getting a little, fresh up and thing.
In between, because there are people that are suffering. People who have their small shops, at least they could have put something in place for them. If it's 6 persons, you understand, that are coming in to purchase and go out, that's the only thing I see the government can do on behalf of that. But not to open the liquor thing entirely, no. Because too many people will be involved with each other.
And that's what you had to say. Stay tuned to Hot 7 TV as we continue to follow developments on this story. For Hot 7 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Still to come, Transport Minister Guy Joseph initiates dialogue with the Southern minibus operators. The Prime Minister says government subvention should not be the only way that the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College can pay its staff. And Dr. Ernest Hilaire dubs this year's budget an election budget, and an unrealistic one at that. That and more coming up after the break.